setting down my phone and picking up my mug of coffee, which is very, 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 very well loved. I'm almost out. Oh, it's down to like the very bottom, so it's really thick as opposed to what it was in the beginning, and that was very thick. I almost forgot that it was the weekend. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I like to go out and let everybody know on the weekends that I'm live streaming every night on Twitch. I'll be doing that tonight, of course, as I do every night. Let me do this to make sure. I'm testing something else too, and it worked. Okay. So even though Periscope was sunset on Twitter, Twitter still allows you to live stream. So that's kind of nice. So I have had a busy week, as I have indicated to you. Have been live streaming every night, and that's on Twitch. The link may very well be in the description for this particular video. But one of the video clips that I uploaded separately this week was in relation to my smartphone foibles. And trust me, it's been interesting, to say the least. I have been, I guess, a little dismayed, a little put off by the amount of options that I feel are available to me and the type of person that I am, being a software enthusiast. Darn near every smartphone falls short, which is unfortunate. Maybe that'll change at some point in the future, but until then, I remain not a smartphone enthusiast, if you will. Yeah, I'm currently stuck, and I realize this is like a first world problem, on a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G Pro Premium Plus Platinum. That's the full name of the product. If I don't say it correctly, then Samsung gets mad at me. No, Samsung doesn't have any idea who the hell I am. But that's what I'm going with, despite the rather lackluster software experience. And it's definitely rough around the edges, despite the updates that have been pushed to it. So that's what I'm on. I'm in the process of sending back the OnePlus devices after having spent my money on them. They weren't review units. And largely because not necessarily the camera output, which was okay. It was passable. It wasn't great. It was barely good. Um, Not so much because of that, but because of the scrolling performance issue on both the 9 and the 9 Pro for OnePlus. No go for me. No, not gonna spend my money on that. Won't recommend it. Not even close. Maybe software will take importance for one of these companies at some point in the future. Until then, I'll be happy doing something else like this. Let me show you what I've been printing lately. Last night I did a whole unboxing and showcasing of the printed solid filament from David Randolph, Jesse PLA, and I've got a lot. I've got like 40 spools of that, so I've got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with all that. I'm still using the old filament. Give me a second. The filament 1 gold, and the reason why is because I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to flip to the front or the back camera here on this device. It may kind of glitch for a second, but give it a bit. I mean, like 2 seconds. There we go. So this is what I'm working on. It is the medallion that Princess Leia gave to Han and Luke, because I figured this would be the perfect use for this particular filament. Hey, Glendon, good to see you. Hope you're enjoying your journey. Yeah, so I tried to scale this appropriately. It didn't really. The original file did not come with, I think, proper dimensions, like in terms of like 1-to-1. So I resized it, and this is kind of a guess. And it's a little maybe on the slightly larger side, but it's not exactly going to be a full-on replica. So there you go. Got that going on. Now I'm going to flip back to the front camera again. It may kind of glitch for a sec. And there we go. I don't know why it takes like 4 seconds. Like, oh, I know the camera's there, but software, not hardware. Software's important. Hardware's also important, but I'm saying the hardware was there. The hardware was ready. It's the software that was going. So I'll be live again on Twitch later. I don't yet know if I'm going to be printing with the Jesse PLA or what I'm going to print. I don't have like something in mind with that, but we'll see. I did successfully print what I started to do last night, and that is the battle droid. This is an articulated battle droid, so I had to print the parts individually, but it turned out really well. And I apologize, this front-facing camera does not, have an autofocus. So let me see if I can get it to be a little clearer by pulling it back a bit. So different points of articulation, different backpack. I basically heated up the end point of the helmet to get it to stick inside, and I think I pushed it down maybe a little too far, but I'm not going to complain too loudly because the limbs are going to be loosey goosey, because it's just how it's going to be printed. It's probably not going to be played with outright. This is done by the same guy who did these, like they're very Playmobil-esque figurines. This one I printed with Prusament, the Galaxy Black. This is also pretty loose. The C-3PO that I printed earlier this week came out a little better, again with the same filament. But I was like, let's do a gold battle droid. Why not? I like the color. I do like the color, but it's been really finicky, and I've been still trying to dial in the settings for the filament using the generic PLA profile and Prusa slicer. But yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? So Glendon, who's recently into 3D printing, thanks to me, I guess. Congratulations. I'm glad you listen, and Glendon, I'm very glad that you actually show up to Twitch pretty much every night. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you tuning in. And it's awesome to have you, Glendon, specifically in the greater community, which is all on Twitch. I don't think anybody's really on YouTube, at least as far as that community is concerned. So you've got a grip for an original NES controller on the bed. Really, a grip? Is it like you must be using like a rubbery or a softer filament? Because I can't imagine you doing that with PLA. So yeah, that's interesting. I mean, hey, if it helps. I don't think I've retrofit or looked to retrofit anything. I'm still trying to think through like what else could I print in gold that I like, and I may end up trying to dig for a Stormtrooper helmet and try another Stormtrooper helmet tonight. I know I should probably move on to the Jesse PLA now that I have it, but I'm like, well, I'm getting through the gold eventually. We'll see. Oh man, I'm almost out of coffee. Hey man, at least I waited to do this stream until I was slightly more awake than when I normally am, and I've got the lights on and everything, so that's not bad. It's not exactly set up like the Twitch streams, but what are you gonna do? Oh, it's PLA, Glendon. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. Thank you, Glendon, by the way, for pop. I think you're in Discord. You popped into Discord, which is great. I'm getting a lot of ideas. What? Where did you see that? Where did you find that? What's this? What's this? What's this? That's a notification. I'm getting used to my new notification sounds. Oh man, that's the worst part about a new phone sometimes. Is like setting notifications per app, like the sounds, and like, wait, what was that? What was that sound? Is that the default sound? Is that a new sound? Is that a new email? What is that? Kind of fun. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. As I mentioned, I am live streaming every night on Twitch, and very glad that you will join me there because that's where a bulk of the interactivity in the community actually is. I've got to figure out something else to print in gold, I think, and I haven't done a Stormtrooper helmet, so I'm gonna look around again for a decent Stormtrooper helmet to print. because I might as well. I've got the gold out and just continue to run through it, and then I get to move on to the other fun stuff. Hey, Skookum Trooper. There, I'll show this again. Skookum Trooper, the battle droid turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, all things considered, like I've printed my own battle droid. It's kind of funny to say that. And the odd thing is, Hang on, I've got the other battle droid, right? The not 5POA. This is the recent vintage collection battle droid. So I mean, they look similar, but are obviously different in terms of quality. It's a slightly taller battle droid, the print, but not by much. Yeah, between the two, I like obviously the super high quality battle droid. You know, the one that was produced by another company, as opposed to my battle droid, which is just more like I did it, right? And I know I could probably go further and do paint schemes and sanding and everything, but this will be sufficient, I think. I agree, Skookum Trooper. It does look good. It looks amazing. I will print all the Star Wars figures. No, I won't. I won't print all of them. But maybe I want to try to do that Vader in gold. A gold Vader. Could it turn out as well? Because this filament, I don't know. I've not had much luck finding the right settings for it. It works, but I think I'm happier with other filament moving forward. That's for sure. So anyway, thanks again for tuning into these brief broadcasts. I will be broadcasting live again on Twitch tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific. Hopefully you can join us there. More geeking out. And you'll see what I'm printing next. So until then, may the Force be with you always.